Greetings, sailors. I'm so glad you're back with us for the second edition of the Navigare Yachting webinar. The topics are going to continue with the effect and impact of COVID-19 on the charter industry and specifically Navigare Yachting. We've got lots of topics to cover. I want to go through this quickly. With me today will be Marilyn O'Shea, our Global Marketing Director.
Hi, good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to have you here today with us. And I'm going to let Philip go through the topics of today's presentation, and I'll join you at the end for the Q&A.
Thanks, Marilyn. Look forward to some great questions from all of you. Please feel free to type them in during the webinar. I wanted to start off with a message from Jesper Rundgaard, the founder and CEO of Navigare Yachting. And he wanted me to let you know that the company is strong. We're just coming off a great 2019, our best year ever. We've been growing steadily since 2001 and looked for a banner year in 2020. I think we're in for a bit of a shock, but we are prepared for the worst and hoping for the best. We're going to come through this, as I suspect all of the charter companies will. We're a good, strong group, and we have very passionate sailors that need to get out and sail, and we're going to be there for you. I wanted to start off with some really big breaking news. As of 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, the British Virgin Islands did issue a notification that they expect the borders to be closed through September 1st, 2020. That closure is for foreigners coming in. They haven't been able to speak to any officials this morning from the BVI government, but that is the word that was posted. So as we learn more, we'll keep you updated on that. Croatia and Greece are both technically scheduled to reopen on April 19th. We do expect in the next 24, 48 hours that they'll announce an extension to the closure. Probably 14 days or potentially 30 days. Much of Europe is starting to open up. Denmark just opened. So in the next 14 to 30 days, we expect the borders in Europe to be opening up, potentially with the exception of some of the hardest hit areas. Our Thailand base, really undetermined at this point. We haven't been able to get an official confirmation on when the borders will be opening. Our Seychelles base is still scheduled to open in November of 2020. Tremendous location, can't wait to get out and sail there. Domestically, our partner base in Rhode Island, Narragansett Bay, is scheduled to open June 1st. They're having a bit of a hotspot situation in Rhode Island, so we'll be keeping you updated on that as we learn more. So now that the Virgin Islands are going to be closed, what do you do if you already have a booking for that period? You want to call us if you booked through us directly. We will be moving all those bookings into the next charter season. We're glad to do that. Certainly no or conditions. If you book through a broker, they're a great resource for you. Please contact your broker. We're getting all of the information out as it changes day to day to the brokers, and they can be a great help for you. Croatia, Greece, Spain, they're on a 2-week rolling basis. So basically all of the charters that are booked through May 3rd, we will be rebooking into future dates. So again, call us or call your broker. We're glad to help you out with that. We have a couple of a lot of people calling us now that are excited about getting out and sailing. So we've come up with a couple of ideas to get people, and we know 80% 2 weeks ago, now 90% of the world is actually on stay-at-home orders. Pretty crazy when you think about it. I know there's a lot of YouTube video and about destinations and sailing that's being watched every day. All of you sailors want to get out on the water. How can you do that now, and what are the crazy good deals going on? Right now, if you're not certain about your dates, you can buy a 50% off gift card promotion that allows you 50% off the base rate of a boat. Call us. You'll want to take advantage of that to get a tremendous deal on charters. It applies to the boat, not any extras or options, captains, things like that. Give us a call and buy the gift card now and double your money. So if you know you're going to be chartering, great option. If you have dates and want to put down a smaller deposit, we do have some specials on Croatia, Greece, Spain, basically all our bases with the exception of Narragansett, Turkey, and the BVI, 40% off right now. And then for the Virgin Islands, 35% off. I do have to say this is a very limited time. As a matter of fact, now we're down to 4 days left on that promotion for all of those specials. So make sure to get online at charter@navigare-yachting.com. Call us on our toll-free number, 800-807-1562. So great specials to get out sailing. Now, if you're interested in placing a boat in charter, there are some tremendous deals now. We have a Lagoon 40 that has our lowest price ever. It's ready to go at a moment's notice. Very special terms on that one. It's an owner's version with a higher guaranteed revenue than our four-cabin version. So a great way to get into a boat if your future is going to be sailing away and enjoying a boat around the world. Likewise, we have Lagoon 42, Lagoon 46, Lagoon 50, all ready to come out of the factory when the season opens. Fontaine Pajot 42, Fontaine Pajot 45, and a Fontaine Pajot 47. So all those boats are ready for next year, and we'll be waiting for you to get out sailing as soon as the borders are open back up. The boat yards, Lagoon has opened up on a limited basis. Technically, France is shut down until May 11th. They have allowed the factories to open up. Very, very strict distancing requirements and PPE requirements, but we actually have a boat being delivered tomorrow. So we're getting some action out of the boat yards. Fontaine Pajot, a couple of days ago, announced that they're going to be opening up on some bases very shortly. I want to keep this brief, keep to the points, but I do again want to reiterate how strong Navigare Yachting is. We're here in Europe. As soon as we get the word, 48 hours later, we can have bases up and running. The boats are ready, the crew is ready, and we're really, really ready to get you out sailing. I know a lot of you have been cooped up for a long time and ready to get out. Of course, sailing is certainly, in my opinion, and if you're watching this, you probably agree that it's the best way to get out and spend time with the family. It's a very healthy and safe way to get out and enjoy your holidays. So I look forward to seeing you out sailing in the near future. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'd love to open this up for questions now. Marilyn, have we received any questions?
Yes, the first question from Jack is asking if the BVIs are closed now, and Jack has a charter in July that will be canceled. When will the cancellation policy be updated? And I can answer that because we obviously update our policy as we see the cancellations pushing off. So it will be updated today. But essentially what you see now will be applicable, except we're adding 2 weeks to that policy. So we will be working to updating that today. And if you have any concerns, you of course can call us or contact us after sales at navigare-yachting.com. Or if you book through your broker, please contact your broker. I have a question also for you, Philip, about logistics, and you can certainly speak about that very well because you're involved in this every day, every minute. The BVI government, this is Michael, has announced the islands will remain closed till September 1. How are you and other companies managing the logistics to cover the boat protection ahead of hurricane season if the staff is not currently working?
Thanks, Michael.
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's really a great question, Michael, and thanks for asking. I started off 2 weeks ago with no gray hair, and have actually for some time have been making plans, and we're looking at the likelihood of putting all our boats on the hard early. Our crew is standing by. Currently, the Virgin Islands are on a shutdown for another 3 or 4 days. They will be opening things up on a limited basis. We're in direct phone conversations as we've been on lockdown, haven't been able to have direct face-to-face contact with government officials, but by phone we're working on a lot of contingency plans on how to move the boats. We do have a couple of staff that are staying on boats in the marina right now. They're washing the boats, starting the engines, checking the boats, checking they're tied up well. When we open up, we will be able to move the boats to a safer location for the hurricane season.
Great, thank you for this. Another question that we received was in regards to the duration of the gift card, and I can answer this since I'm on the marketing and promotion side of things. The gift card, which we are offering, is valid through purchase through April 20th. So you have until the 20th to make this purchase, and then this means that the credit that you will use is valid for the next year. You have then 1 year to set your dates and figure out with your crew where you want to go and on what boat. So it will never be this good again. And I encourage you to just contact us and make a booking request through the website in order to get an estimate of what the total cost of the charter would be. And you can use the base list price to then estimate the savings and therefore the gift card amount that you should purchase. Any requests for the terms and conditions, of course, will be sent to you as we're looking to update the website with those. At the moment, they're not yet posted, so we're trying to be very quick, but it just will get there eventually today on the website. And I have another question, Philip, regarding discounts for booking catamarans in September in Croatia. What would that current discount look like?
Ivan, thank you so much for the question. I'm so glad you asked it. That certainly applies for that 40% discount. Book now in the next 4 days, and you'll be able to receive that 40% discount off the catamaran in September. So get online, get to navigare-yachting.com, and we will be glad to get you out sailing in September in Croatia. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping I can be sailing in Croatia in September as well. Look forward to seeing you out there.
All right, terrific. And then we had a question from Axel, who is asking the likelihood of his charter happening at the end of June in Greece. What is the likelihood of that happening? And I know, Philip, we're trying to stay optimistic, but in your view, what is it that you can share? And perhaps you can discuss access to the med base versus destinations that may require flying.
Yeah, hi, Axel. I'm not sure where you're calling from. If you happen to be in Europe, you certainly have all likelihood of being able to make that charter in late June. We don't expect any limitations at that time. For if you're based outside of Europe, I can't tell you what the airlines are going to be doing. That's really the big question for us, airlines flying into Europe. But I would suspect that the way things are going in Europe right now, with European borders opening up for Europeans in the next couple of weeks, that gives us a month and a half from that time to have the airlines opening up and starting to fly in. Of course, everybody is very eager to get going, assuming it's safe for our employees and guests. We are ready to open again on 48 hours notice.
And Axel added that he's actually from Germany, so that the chances are, if he's available, able to actually drive to the base, the chances of completing the charters are going to be higher. As Philip mentioned, we're not really sure about airline resuming activities. I wanted to point out, actually, our e-commerce director just pointed out in the chat that the terms and condition of the gift card have been posted online. If you go to navigareyachting.com and look for the promotions page, you will see that the terms and condition outline that this offer of discount or gift card is not available for previously booked charters with Navigare. So we will make every attempt to keep you happy and rebook your charters on the next available date that will suit you. However, these incentives are really there to help new clients, new bookings, to show their support to Navigare. So we encourage you to book another charter if this is in the cards for you. Why not consider another charter? Some of the questions are specific, so if we don't address your question, we will get back to you offline. Stefan is actually one of our owners, and he's asking if you can repeat, Philip, the information regarding border closure for BVI, because there was some confusion between June 1 and September, and perhaps you can explain the phase 1, phase 2 that we've heard about yesterday.
Hi, Stefan. Hope you are doing well. The first press release that came out at about 11:50 yesterday from the Virgin Islands indicated a June 1st border opening. Turns out that a few hours later that was clarified to be a June 1st opening for BV Islanders. So they'll be able to come back into the country at that point. So the month of May is really going to be used to get internal operations going in the Virgin Islands, returning to a bit of normalcy. I'll just let you know, the Virgin Islands locked down their border. They had 2 cases. That became 3 cases. Since that time, 2 of the cases have now tested negative to coronavirus. So apparently there's only 1 coronavirus case in the British Virgin Islands. They're adamant about keeping it that way. So anybody coming in, even BV Islanders, are going to be going through a quarantine apparently when they do open the borders. But it looks like just slipped in a few words of the press release that came out later in the afternoon. The borders are closed to foreigners until September 1st.
That's correct. And obviously the timeline is a little bit uncertain. They've also announced that this could be changed. It's subject to change. So we will update you as we become aware of the changes. But that's correct. At the moment, we've been told that through September, no privately owned yachts or commercial operations will be resuming outside of essentials. Another question was if a charter for the Med this fall is canceled or cannot be accessed because of flying restriction, how much time do we have to rebook? And I can answer that for you. This is George asking. We will allow you to rebook up until your exact same dates into next year. So if you were planned to go October 1st, we will allow you to rebook through October 1st of next year. And we're going to try and be as collaborative as possible to help you with this, and so will your brokers. So Again, the address, if you have a booking and want further clarification, is aftersales@navigare-yachting.com. And I had another person wanting to confirm, again, wanted to clarify the BVI because this is the big news of the day. With the hurricane season starting in September, are you confirming that you expect no base operation until November 1st, Philip?
Yeah, hi, Susanna. Yes, of course, the hurricane season officially ends on the 1st of November. Typically, we have charters going out in the middle of October, given weather permitting, of course. And if we have a clean Atlantic, we'll start pulling boats out of dry dock in the middle of October to put them into service. All of our boats are expected to be in the water, ready for action on November 1st. I believe that part of the calculation for the British Virgin Islands government was they wanted to allow foreign interests to come in, and I have a work permit, so I can go in starting June 1st, but other people may not. But there is some infrastructure that needs to move in, people that need to come in to prepare the operations for the November 1st official hard opening for the post-hurricane season in the British Virgin Islands.
Okay, thank you for this, Philip. Not to put you on the spot, because Navigare at the moment does not have any other locations in the Caribbean, but Robert is asking if you have any other information about closures in the Caribbean that affect other partners, other charter companies.
Well, Robert, thanks again for asking that. The news does change every day. Currently, I do not believe there is a single charter operation open in the Caribbean. The Bahamas had some reports that they expect border openings, and this is old news. Anything older than a few days old seems to be old news in this situation. But the Bahamas may be back a little earlier, and with restrictions from certain countries, and a lot of those countries were European countries. So the U.S. was not on that list. Canada wasn't on that list, but there were a number of other countries that may have a later entry into the Bahamas. So right now I am scouring up and down. I can tell you that Grenada is locked down. Grenadines are locked down. I regret I don't have information on St. Lucia. I was looking at lots of other countries, but absolutely love St. Lucia. But I don't have an opening date there. We'll be making posts on our website, navigare-yachting.com, as information comes in.
Terrific. Thank you, Philip. And one other question that I've been getting a lot when I contact our clients or they contact us is, what is the timeline for a new Bahamas base for Navigare, since it's been in the works? And obviously with a hurricane that we know that hit the Abacos, do you have any update to put some optimism here on the calendar? What are your thoughts on the Bahamas opening?
Well, I think about it all the time. I was lucky enough to spend almost 3 years in the Bahamas. Absolutely love the Bahamian people. Love the water. Love the islands. I can't wait to be back in the Bahamas. We had a location chosen before Hurricane Irma wiped it out. We were a little slow with the pen. I guess that's fortunate for us. Otherwise, we would have been opening. We would be open now. I can't tell you as of today. We've really had to look at defending the company against any coronavirus issues that affect the long-term health of the company. We want to remain strong. So large capital investments are a little secondary as we sit today. But I'll tell you, the Bahamas is a great location. Can't wait to be back in there. And I suspect that in the coming months, we'll be doing a lot more work in the Bahamas, and again announcing that on our website and through e-blasts.
Okay, Philip, I think this was it. There were a couple very specific questions that we can get back to, you know, the people who asked those questions individually. Certainly the news of the BVI is kind of a shock for everyone. I wanted to reiterate on the promos that we discussed, the gift card 50% off and the discounts for BVI or the majority of the other Navigare bases. These do expire April 20th. They will never be this good again. If anything, they're going to be a little bit less attractive as the world, you know, slowly wakes up again. So let us know if there's anything we can help to put sailing on the schedule for you. And I'll leave it to you, Philip, to close unless there's other questions. And if there are, I'll let you know. But so far, it looks like we're through all the questions.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. In closing, actually, quick shout out, last webinar, it was my dad's 90th birthday, and yesterday was my little baby girl's 24th birthday. Happy birthday, Leah. To all of you sailors, so glad you're joining us. We're going to try and keep you up to speed on everything that happens. We don't have the next webinar on the calendar. You can expect about 2 weeks. We still want to do another webinar, a little bit of an in-the-water boat show on our boats in the British Virgin Islands to show you some of the boats. Let us know. We'll maybe leave the chat open for a minute so you can tell us which boats you're really interested in seeing. Otherwise, feel free to get on our chat on the website and let us know. We're excited about getting you out sailing. I know these are tough times. I'm dying to go sailing. I would love to be in self-quarantine on a boat, actually probably in the Tuamotu archipelago right about now. So we'll see you out sailing soon. Thank you so much. And on behalf of the entire crew at Navigare Yachting, thanks for joining us. Bye now.